Hey guys, we're here today going over Krennic Tarkintown. This is a Krennic grit deck, really. Focusing on his ability to give each friendly damage unit plus 1/0. So let's get into it. We start with 3 First Legion Snowtroopers. While attacking a damaged unit, this unit gets a plus 2/0 and overwhelmed. You know, quick, easy. But you really want to focus on this deck is the defense. You want a good defense so you can have damage on them to help with Krennic's ability. This does play the full sweep of Force users that they have, basically. No, you know, of course, no Darth Vader, but the Guardian of the Wills. And then you also got 3/5 Brother and 2 of the 7 Sisters. It's not the full sweep, really, but you got enough of the Force users that you are able to use the Force Lightnings, the Force Chokes, some of the Fallen Lightsabers, and also the Fallen Lightsaber, even when it's not being used on one of the Jedi, it's able to give your guy +3/+3, which, you know, being able to hold damage is really nice. But so with the Force Chokes, if you control a Force unit, this minute costs 1 less to play, deal 5 damage to a non-vehicle. Like, yeah, easy trade. 5 damage for a card, all day. Force Lightning, choose a unit, lose all ability. This has been a all-star against Boba for me. Just being able to take away their abilities. Like, even if you don't pay any number of resources, just the blink of card for a whole turn is really nice. Now back to the package, the regular package. 2 Inferno 4. You know, shape your deck, shape your draws. Can't go wrong. Get into the grid. 3 Scout Bike Pursuers. What can I say? Big butt. Grit. Goes a long way. This is what you want to be playing turn 1. Viper Trope Droid. You know, a lot of people are saying to cut these nowadays, but for a 3/2, unless you look at opponent's hand, it's always nice. Everyone says, oh, you don't need to be looking at people's hands anymore because the meta's solved and you know what's going on. But I always like having that ability to shape my turns, even future turns, based on what they have in hand. Cloud City Wingguard. Sentinel is always nice because you are playing a 25 power or 25 base, health base. So being able to protect, and look at that, big butt. That 2/4 plus his ability makes it easily a 3/4 most times. But here is your all-star of the deck. I mean, he's one of the all-stars in blue-black anywhere. Death Trooper. 2 damage for friendly ground unit, 2 damage to enemy unit. Turn 3, you can probably knock out their Viper Probe Droid or whatever they play turn 1 and give 2 damage to your Scout Bike Trooper, and you're hidden right away for a bunch. This card I'm not too sure about in the main board. Del Meeko, like, he's good. 3 for 3/3, restore 1. And the event tax is nice. But I was taking him out majority of the time. I'm sure I can find some other cards that can replace him. But you definitely want him at least in the sideboard. The Interceptors, you know, the early game against the space units, this clears it up real nice. And provides fodder later for trades or blocking, really. But honestly, this is one that I could probably see myself replacing. But now these 2 cards, I could never replace. The Ruthless Raider. When played, when defeated, deal 2 damage to an enemy base and 2 damage to an enemy unit. Card is insane. 2 Count Dooku. Honestly, he is probably going to be replaced with Gideon You know, for 7 resources, he's not what you ideally want to be playing. But, of course, you have Fall Lightsaber, so you could be a 8-7. Plus, the +1/0 is always nice. But you are defeating a good number of units, so Gideon will probably take this place. And the 2 cards that a lot of people tell me to replace, but I never will, Emperor Palpatine. Like, come on now. 6 damage as you choose when you play him. Overwhelm. If you go lightsaber on him, I mean, no one's stopping him. Now let's go over this. Krennic, each friendly damage unit gets +1/0. He is a 5, so he flips relatively quickly. But restore 2, each friendly unit gets +1/0. According to Force Table, this does include himself. So, but that restore 2 is really helpful when it comes to a lot of the aggro decks. Speaking of aggro decks, let's talk about Tarkintown. Deals 3 damage to a damaged non-leader unit. Honestly, a lot of the rare cards, like besides Energy Conversion Lab, I'm not too sure about the necessity of a 25 versus a 30. Like, especially the yellow and blue, like a shield token for blue and -4/0 for 1 unit, for 1 phase. It's tough. Tarkintown, at least, you know, you can probably kill something with this. But I've also seen myself using this on my own guys to give them that +1/0 from Krennic. But there's a lot of arguments to not be playing 25. Because, I mean, just, you're losing 5 to really only be doing one beneficial thing all the time. Now, I'm not playing in a very heavy aggro meta, so that's why I feel comfortable playing with this. But if I was to go to an area where I knew, like, Sabine, Leia, those type of decks would be going crazy, there's a good chance that this would become a 30-unit base. But let's go over the rest of our upgrades and events. Resilient, you know, get that butt bigger. +0, +3. Throw that on anything. That's good. A removal package, 2 Power of the Dark Side. The third one is in sideboard, of course, but like early turns, can't go wrong with that. We're playing the full playset of Takedown now. Defeating unit with 5 less main HP. Yeah, that's going to happen a lot, especially with this deck. Being able to fight other units pretty aggressively. But also, you gotta love the art. Let's go over sideboard real quick. Sideboard, your 3rd Power of the Dark Side. 2 Force Throws. It's nice, but choose a player. That player discards a card from their hand. And you control a force unit. You may deal damage to a unit equal to the card. Discard it. Really, this is just early game control. Get rid of cards in their hand. Confiscate. It's a sideboard card. Sentinel, Sun Patrol spacecraft. This honestly might be going to the main board instead of the one that deals 3 damage. But it's always good against space units. 2 make an opening against those early aggro decks. Disabling Fang Fighter. Same thing, sideboard card. And 2 Vanquish. There's argument to put these in main board, but 5 costs in this deck. You're really doing a lot more than you want to be doing with that. But you always need these against those mid-range Boba decks. Well, this has been Krennic Tarkintown. I went 3-1 in locals with this deck, only losing to a blue Han deck, which I think you'll see the profile in this, the other profile in the YouTube. But guys, like and subscribe, and hope to see you soon.